Hello and welcome to another B&T unboxing video. Today we're taking a look at Desert Strike Return to the Gulf. A few weeks ago I did a unboxing review of Jungle Strike, which is the sequel to this game. This is the first one. I did it out of order, but I got this one. This is actually one of the first games I purchased off of Facebook. That was a new thing for me. Went fairly smoothly, so here's what we got. I will take a quick look at the box itself. There's a little bit of creasing on the top and the side here. The front picture is very good quality. Nothing looks to be sun faded. The nice side. The back, again, a little bit of creasing here, but overall in good shape. Some bends and folds. This bottom side does have a sticker from Goodwill. I don't know about anyone else, but I've never been able to find a game at Goodwill with the box. I mean, maybe 8 years ago I found a few Genesis games, but never Super Nintendo games, so that's pretty cool. Alright, now let's open up and see everything that's part of this box, part of this game. So the box. We then have the manual. This one is the color version. This is actually a pretty large manual. It has some passwords. Look at that. I didn't know that. It has 40 pages, which is pretty large size manual. I have not read over it. I just kind of flipped through it. But I know most of the manuals, they're probably 10-15 pages. So this is substantially larger than most manuals. There's a little bit of bending on the corner of this manual, but otherwise it's in very good shape. Next we have the poster. This one came with a poster. Let's see if we can unfold this. Here we go. We got the Desert Strike poster on one side, and on the other side it is essentially advertisement for other EA games. And then we have the cartridge. A little wear on the label. I just noticed that. Probably was there. I don't see me grabbing with anything sharp. I've only played it a couple of times, but it was a good price, so nothing to complain about. A little bit of yellowing going on from the age of the cartridge. It did come with the dust cover. That's a real big plus. And then we also have the cardboard tray. So this is everything that came with the Desert Strike Return to the Gulf game. I popped it in and took a few, played it a little bit, and let's take a look at the gameplay, and I'll give you my quick review. This is not an in-depth review. So this is Desert Strike. You start out on the aircraft carrier and you fly on into the desert, and you have a list of objectives. This game, it kind of seems like it gives you a little bit more of here's how things work. At least I felt that way versus Jungle Strike. Now it was my fault on playing Jungle Strike first. That is the sequel, so it is presumed that if you're playing that one, you have already played this one. So there's a lot of stuff that probably didn't need to be explained if you had played Desert Strike. I had not at that time, so a lot of it was a little confusing. Which probably made this one a little easier to play. I had already understood that the helicopter is only 10 feet off the ground, and maybe there's like rockets and missiles and machines. You have 3 weapons. The rockets slightly have a heat-seeking ability to them. If the enemy is a little bit further than what the machine gun will hit, the rocket will kind of go towards it. But you have to be pretty lined up with it. If you're a little bit to the left or right, it won't work. But I know that already because I played Jungle Strike for a little bit. So playing this one first, Jungle Strike probably would have been a little easier. It's vice versa, but it's not a bad game. It is enjoyable. one of the objectives in this level is to blow up the airport. There's 2 airports. I went and destroyed everything in one airport, and I think there might have been one building left, and I don't know of the other airport. And I don't know if everything has to be destroyed, or if there's a central building that needs to be destroyed, but nothing popped up saying completed. So I'm assuming that one building had to be destroyed, but I ran out of time. I had to get to the post office. But it's definitely a very enjoyable game to play. To me, it really comes off as a more advanced 1942. You can, instead of just going straight and ducking left and right, you can do a lot more than just that. It would be nice if you could go higher and lower on the vertical plane, but I understand why you can't. It's a 2D game with a faux 3D effect with the shadows under the helicopter, so that to adjust at altitude really wouldn't be the simplest thing to convey in a 2D platform. So I completely understand why they didn't do that. It's still weird to me that buildings can hit you, and not that they throw stuff at you, but if you're flying by and you get close to a building, you can bump into it. Sometimes I thought I was clear of the building, but I hit something, so I wasn't. But that part's a little weird, and that's probably the biggest thing I don't like about those games, is that you're not above buildings. You're almost just hovering, I don't know, a few feet off the ground. I know helicopters can do that, but kind of beats the purpose of having a tactical helicopter and you're only 4 feet off the ground. So that's really weird. It would be nice if that wasn't an issue, but this is a 25-year-old game, so complaining that they should have done things differently 25 years in the future is pointless. So, with that said, it was a fun game. If you have not played it, I recommend you pick it up. It's a great game just to fly around shooting and blowing stuff up. There are missions, but I don't know if to me, it's not a game that captivates me long enough to play for more than maybe 20-30 minutes. It's fun for 20-30 minutes. After that, some of the shortcomings of buildings and not being able to aim can quickly become annoying. Especially if you're at a boss level and the machine gun only hitting 10-15 feet in front of the helicopter, it's going to get annoying, and you can't fine tune it. I mean, we have guys with little handguns or M16s taking down a helicopter with a 50 cal, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, why are they taking down a helicopter, but you can't aim, and their gun is essentially the same equivalent of what you have on the helicopter? And I mean, and it takes 2 hits with the machine gun to kill a person. Again, doesn't make sense. I mean, a 50 caliber would probably slice them in half, but it is what it is. So playing for 23 minutes, a lot of fun. Beyond that, I feel this game will push your patience. Box copies are going between $15-$20, so it's not a very expensive game. And if you want to play it, if it looks like you might enjoy the 20-30 minutes, I recommend getting it. If the shortcomings would be too annoying for you to even enjoy the 10-20 minutes, then pass on this game. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and the half-assed review I just gave. And please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you did not, please leave a comment.